Hello and welcome to Reality TV News Update, where you'll find the most recent news, entertaining moments, and exclusive behind-the-scenes content. After Big Brother, the majority of reality TV contestants' lives typically consist of brand agreements, podcast appearances, and occasionally a Los Angeles reunion party. However, the popular house guest from Big Brother 27's post-show chapter has taken a far more unexpected turn. Instead of Hollywood rooftops and influencer brunches, Kelley is currently wandering cobblestone streets, tasting Belgian waffles, and yes, wearing a very real eye patch. Additionally, she asserts that pirate jokes are strongly encouraged. Through a series of upbeat social media posts, Kelley first told fans about her trip to Brussels. These posts immediately piqued their interest. She posed confidently, wearing a black eye patch and a grin that was identical to the one that viewers had come to know and love inside the Big Brother house, while standing in the center of the Grand Place, covered in a warm coat against the cold air. She added the phrase, "exploring Brussels for treasure," to the photo. "Haven't found gold yet, but I did find waffles, which honestly might be better." The comments went viral in a matter of minutes. Fans inquired as to whether the eye patch belonged to a themed photo shoot, a joke, or a costume. Kelley quickly set the record straight in a follow-up video. She chuckled, "No, that's not a costume. I wish I could say I got this in a sword fight, but it's just a medical thing. But I'm healing really well. The pirate era was not planned, but we're embracing it." That attitude perfectly reflects the Kelley viewers have been watching all summer. Positive, self-aware, and able to make fun of anything. Beyond the game, a fan favorite, Kelley stood out on Big Brother 27 not because she was the loudest strategist or the most aggressive competitor, but because she felt real. She made real friends in the house and frequently served as the emotional center during difficult weeks. She became the confidant of others, sometimes even of players who were actively targeting each other, as alliances formed and disintegrated around her. Sessions in her diary room were full of wit and warmth. Kelley provided relatable commentary rather than villain monologues, sharing struggles with sleep deprivation, snack obsessions, and hilarious breakdowns about missing fresh air. Viewers connected with her immediately. She had unofficially established herself as the comfort person of the house by the middle of the season. Kelley was the one literally and figuratively making tea whenever arguments broke out. She made jokes as the tension rose, and when the stress of isolation weighed on house guests, she reminded them to laugh. Her renown persisted even after she was kicked out of her home. In point of fact, many of her admirers argued that she gained even more admiration once she returned to the outside world, where she maintained her authenticity through casual posts and live streams rather than curated influencer content, which made the Brussels pirate saga somehow perfectly on brand. The eye patch, an overview. In a relaxed Q&A video shot from a cafe terrace overlooking a narrow European street, Kelley eventually addressed the eye patch. The rooftops in her backyard had a light coating of snow on them. She said, "So here's the deal. I had a minor eye procedure. The wound just needs some time to heal. Everything is fine. The patch protects it while I recover." She emphasized that it wasn't dangerous or permanent, reassuring worried fans. She jokingly stated, "I promise I'm not secretly blind in one eye. I'm just temporarily the coolest-looking patient my doctor has ever had." Concern was quickly replaced by amusement. Soon, fan art began circulating online. Drawings of Kelley as a cartoon pirate captain standing on a ship decorated with the Big Brother logo. The image of her being kicked out was used to create a poster for pirate recruitment. Memes were created by others, comparing the BB house to a treasure island. Many of them Kelley reposted. She wrote, "I cannot believe the internet has transformed me into Captain Kelley. Honestly, I accept this responsibility." Where is Brussels? Kelley deliberately chose distance, in contrast to many reality stars who remain in the spotlight immediately after the show. She explained that she had always wanted to travel solo and felt the moment was right after the emotional intensity of Big Brother. Living in that house is incredible but overwhelming. You suddenly find that thousands of people are watching your every online move. You go from being isolated from the outside world. I needed a reset, somewhere beautiful and calm. Brussels was her pick because she was curious. "I've never visited Belgium. I didn't know much about it, and that made it exciting." She quickly fell in love with the city's charm, including its architecture, peaceful cafes, street performers, and chocolate shops that stayed open late. Her posts show her wandering markets, visiting museums, and trying local dishes with the enthusiasm of someone experiencing everything for the first time. She even tried to speak basic French phrases, frequently joking about how she said things. She acknowledged, "Everyone is very kind about it, or at least courteous enough to not correct me." Pirate life in practice. Obviously, her dedication to the pirate joke continues to captivate her most. She completely accepted it. In one video, she dramatically narrated a walk through a narrow alley. "There is a rumor that this street once held treasure. I searched carefully, but only found fries." Another showed her standing beside the famous mannequin piss statue. She said, "A small but powerful sailor." Perhaps the funniest moment came during a chocolate shop visit, where she held up a bag of pralines and whispered, "The plunder has been secured." Even strangers have begun to recognize her, not necessarily from Big Brother, but from online posts on social media. She recounted a moment when a cafe worker noticed the eye patch and asked if she was filming a movie. "No, just recovering and pretending to be a pirate online," I informed him. He just nodded as though everything made sense. A healthier kind of fame. The balance that Kelley has achieved is what makes her Brussels chapter stand out most, not the humor. Reality TV fame can be overwhelming. Contestants often face intense criticism and constant scrutiny. Kelley acknowledged that adjusting to public attention was initially difficult. She acknowledged, "I read everything the first week after the show, the positive and the negative. That was a mistake." Travel helped her disconnect. By stepping away from the usual influencer circuit, she found space to process the experience. She could simply exist as she walked through unfamiliar streets without constantly reliving competition strategy or eviction night emotions. Here, I'm just a traveler with a weird eye patch, and honestly, that feels healthy. Support from fellow house guests. She has received support from her fellow Big Brother contestants. If she ever appeared on an All-Stars season, a number of former house guests joked about forming a pirate alliance on her posts. One person made a joke saying, "If Kelley walks back into the BB house with that eye patch, I'm automatically in her alliance." "Production better give her a pirate-themed HOO room," wrote another. The fans immediately agreed. During online discussions, viewers started imagining a potential season finale in which Captain Kelley would lead a crew through competitions and strategy meetings aboard a set that was nautical-themed. While purely fictional, the enthusiasm shows how memorable she remains even after the season ended. Looking ahead, Kelley has stated that she will not remain in Brussels for a long time. She plans to return home once her eye fully heals, but says the trip has changed her perspective. She stated, "I learned I don't have to rush into the next thing. I thought I needed a big plan after Big Brother, but there are times when it's best to just live." She will still look into opportunities, such as hosting, travel content, or fan meetups, but she wants them to feel genuine rather than forced. She elaborated, "I never wanted to be famous just to be famous. I wanted to share my experiences with others and make them smile. Sincerely, the pirate arc is well worth it if that accomplishes that." The Kelley legacy. Ironically, Kelley may be remembered more for how she handled everything afterward than for any particular competition victory. Her post-show story became one of humor, healing, and self-discovery, rather than drama or controversy. She turned a minor medical recovery into a happy story that her fans could enjoy with her instead of worrying about. Her final post before going to bed one night perfectly summed it up. "Today, I walked along a river, had hot chocolate, and watched the sunset over a new city. If this is pirate life, I highly recommend it." Kelley's adventure demonstrates that sometimes the best reality TV stories take place after the cameras stop rolling, from the fabricated walls of Big Brother to the historic streets of Brussels. And for now, Captain Kelley sails on, armed with waffles, chocolate, and a sense of humor strong enough to turn an eye patch into a
following
legend.
Big Brother are filled with interviews, parties, and appearances by influencers for many reality TV personalities. However, Kelley, the adored Big Brother 27 house guest, took a very different route. Instead of red carpets and studio lights, she traded it all for cobblestone streets, medieval buildings, and the smell of fresh waffles drifting through a European winter morning. She also did it while wearing an eye patch. One of the most charming post-show stories of the season emerged from what first alarmed fans. Kelley posted a smiley picture of herself standing in Brussels' famous Central Square with a black eye patch covering one eye. The caption read, "Treasure hunting in Belgium. Chocolate is all that remains of gold at this time. Still a success." Comments started coming in within minutes. Was it an outfit? A picture shoot? A holiday with a theme? In a short video shot from a cozy cafe, Kelley responded, "I'm fine," she chuckled. "I just need some time to heal from a minor eye operation. It's protected by the patch. Although that story would definitely be cooler, I swear I didn't lose a duel or anything." Her humor alleviated concerns right away, and fans did what fans do best. They joined in the joke. Kelley was portrayed as a pirate captain, sailing a ship shaped like the Big Brother house in memes that spread across social media. Her competition pictures were altered by some to include a sword and a treasure chest. They were reposted enthusiastically by Kelley. "Apparently, I'm a pirate now," she wrote. "I've honestly accepted my fate." After the house, Life Kelley became well known for her kindness and emotional intelligence within the Big Brother house. She wasn't the loudest strategist or the most aggressive competitor, but she made real connections that the audience could feel on the screen. She ended arguments when tensions rose. She listened as house guests struggled. She was referred to as the heart of the house by fans. She carried that authenticity into the outside world after she was kicked out. Kelley's posts weren't curated glamour shots. Rather, she shared everyday things like grocery shopping, family visits, and late-night live stream chats in which she candidly addressed questions from fans. Nevertheless, the sudden attention remained overwhelming. During a live stream, she explained, "You go from being isolated for months to suddenly having thousands of people talking about you. It's exciting, but there's a lot to think about." She decided to go on a trip after coming to that realization. She wanted somewhere peaceful, somewhere unfamiliar enough that she could step outside the reality TV bubble. Brussels became the ideal location because it is a city with a lot of history, is quieter than major tourist destinations, and has neighborhoods that are walkable. She stated, "I just wanted to breathe and maybe eat pastries." Discovering Brussels. Soon, Kelley's posts turned into a travel diary. She documented her attempts at ordering food in French and wandered open markets and art museums. She frequently ended the conversation by pointing to menu items rather than laughing when she mispronounced words. Her followers watched daily adventures unfold. Hot chocolate on snowy mornings, evening lights reflecting off old buildings, and long walks along narrow streets lined with bookstores. She was seen carefully examining a chocolate display-filled store in one video. She abruptly whispered, "This is the treasure," to the camera. She was holding a cone of Belgian fries in another. She said with mock seriousness, "I have searched far and wide. The Plunder has been secured." Officially, the pirate theme had taken over. The age of eye patches. Even though Kelley made a lot of jokes, she was honest about her recovery. She assured fans that the patch was only temporary and that her eye was healing properly. She stated, "It looks dramatic, but it's really just protective. I actually feel totally fine." However, the patch gave people a reason to talk to her. She relayed an incident in which a passerby inquired if she was a member of a historical reenactment group. She jokingly stated, "I told him no, but I appreciated the confidence he had in my acting career." A cafe worker once inquired if she was filming a movie. He simply nodded and responded, "Ah, like a social experiment," when she explained that she had appeared on a reality show. She recalled the event with a laugh. "That could be the most accurate description of Big Brother I've ever heard, in my opinion." Assistance from friends and fans. Her former castmates followed the journey online and frequently teased her in comments. One person wrote, "If you come back for All-Stars dressed as pirates, I'll join your alliance right away." Fans agreed. Many people started imagining a themed return season in which Kelley would enter the house wearing a captain's hat and an eye patch. Some even created deceptive posters promoting Captain Kelley's crew. The jovial response demonstrated how strongly audiences remained connected to her. She remained one of the show's most talked-about characters months after the season ended because of her relatability rather than drama. A new kind of notoriety. Kelley admitted she initially struggled with reading criticism online. She stated, "At first, I read everything. The positive comments were wonderful, but the negative ones stayed in my head for longer than they should have." She stated, "She was able to build distance with travel. She was able to live without constantly thinking about the game or public opinion. In Brussels, nobody knows me," she explained. "I'm just a tourist looking for coffee with an eye patch." The experience gave her perspective. She realized she didn't need to rush into every opportunity or shape herself into a typical influencer role. She stated, "I don't want a perfect life online. I want a real one." What comes next? Although Kelley says the trip changed her outlook, she intends to return home once her recovery is complete. She hopes to explore more travel content and possibly host fan meetups, though she insists she'll only pursue projects that feel natural. She stated, "I went into Big Brother to challenge myself. I was not prepared for the subsequent friendships or support. That part has been extremely significant." Her followers continued to check her daily updates, which often include jokes about fictitious treasure hunts and scenic views. One recent post showed her watching sunset over the city skyline. "Today's discovery," she wrote, "was that you don't actually need treasure to feel lucky." A memorable legacy. Kelley may not have left the Big Brother house with the grand prize, but she left with something just as meaningful, a loyal fan base and a story uniquely her own. Rather than fading after the season, she created a new chapter, one defined not by competition or strategy, but by healing, humor, and adventure. She made a minor medical recovery into a happy story, reminding fans of why they initially supported her. Kelley's journey seems appropriate, going from the controlled environment of reality TV to the historic streets of Brussels. She did not seek fame, she sought experience. And for the time being, the BB27's unofficial captain continues her journey, demonstrating that sometimes life's most memorable moments occur after the game is over. As she joked in one final post, "No gold coins yet. I found nice people, good food, and a lot of laughter. Honestly, the best thing I could have ever asked for."